All right, they want us to sketch this curve by plotting points and indicate the direction that the arrow is going, and then also find the Cartesian equation. So a couple ways we can do this. If we need to graph it out, if you did not have the calculator available, you can make your own little in-out table here with t as your input variable, finding the x and y. So it looks like we want to start at -2 here. So plug that in, like if you do -2 squared for x, that would be +4. -2 to the third power, if we multiply 3 negatives 2's together, we get -8. And then you could keep doing that till you get to 2 here and find those points and connect them. If you do have the calculator available, we can do a table on here too. So I'm already in parametric mode, which I explained on a different video here. So let's type in these two equations, t squared for x and t cubed for y. Now we're going to use the table feature here, so I'm going to go to my table settings, and I'm going to start this table at the parametric of -2. And now if I go to my table, I have, you can see that you have the input of t, you also have the output values here for x and y. So this next point would be 1, -1, the next one 0, 0, the next one would be 1, 1, and the next one, the last one here at 2 would be 4, 8. So now if we had to graph this, it shouldn't be too hard here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we're going, oh, there is no -1s. Looks like the biggest we get is there. All right, so now to graph this, just plot those points out and we could get it. So our first point would be 4, -8, which is down here. Next one's 1, -1. Right there, we got 0, 0. We got 1, 1, and we got 4, 8 up here. And since we started with that point, that's our initial point. That's our terminal point up here. And we are moving this direction, so indicate the direction it was moving. And that is our, that's the sketch of our parametric equation. So that was for part A here. Now for part B, they say eliminate the parameter to find the Cartesian equation. So that's where we want to do substitution now for B. So we want to take one of those two x and y equations and solve it for t. It doesn't really matter which one you do. Let's just solve it for x there. So if we were to take x and solve for t here, we would solve that by square rooting. So t would be square root of x. So now what we're going to do is in that other equation substitute that in. So y equals t cubed. In for t, we're going to substitute square root of x in for that, and that now is our Cartesian equation. You might also see this written then in some other forms, and what I mean by that is we could write this as an exponent, so we could have it as y equals square root of x cubed. It would be the same thing, or if we did it as an exponent, this would be x to the 3/2 equation. One other way that you also see a lot of times see these type of equations written, if we were to square both sides, you could also write this as y squared equals x cubed. So these are just all some different ways you might see the same answer written.